Online dating is a way of life for many, and it is going away anytime soon. There are many happy endings, but there are also hazards to online dating. And that's when MTV's Catfish, the TV show, can help. Over the last decade, Catfish has brought desperate hopefuls the answers they deserve. And right now, we are joined by longtime host and executive producer Neve Schulman and Cammie Crawford. Welcome to the show. I'm so excited to chat this new season. How are the both of you?
Yeah, let's get into it.
So, Neve, we were chatting before we got started there. I can't believe it's been 10 years since the documentary. So much has evolved. Online dating, still a thing. Talk about how you've evolved and you've seen, like, this show, for instance, this programming that people just can't get enough of, evolve.
Well, obviously, when the show started, internet dating platforms were new, and now they're just a part of all of our lives. In fact, I just found out today that Tinder is finally going to add a verification feature to profiles if you can pass some sort of catfish test. So, we're slowly getting to the point where, hopefully we won't have a job. But in the meantime, or until then, we're happy to be out here helping people.
I like that. And I did hear that, too, actually, about Tinder. Cammie, let's talk about you getting involved in the show. I like that you said you're kind of able to put your FBI skills to the test, your little investigative journalism to the test, because that's what so much of this involves.
Oh, yeah. It's so much fun, honestly. I've been a longtime fan of the show. I've watched since the documentary. I've probably seen 99% of all of the Catfish episodes. And as a person watching it, I have my own commentary, and I'm looking at it, I'm like talking to the people, and I'm talking to Neve and Max at the time through the screen. And now I think my position on the show is basically saying the things that viewers are thinking when they're watching it, and giving that real advice as a friend, but also, as someone who's, who knows and is doing the research about things that people may not realize because they're blinded by love.
I love that you say talking to the television, because that definitely takes me back. I remember doing that to some episodes where you're like, no, just pay attention to the clues. But that's kind of where this new season comes in a little bit, because it is the family, friends, sometimes anonymous, right, that are tipping you off. Maybe they're seeing some red flags.
Yeah, well, I'm a big fan of whistleblowers, especially when it comes to the president. And on this season, we've got whistleblowers. So, people don't necessarily want to admit that they need help. And sometimes you need someone close to you who has the perspective that you don't on the situation to sort of wave their hands in the air and say, hey, something's not right here. You need help. And whether they want to admit it or not, we get called in to sort of help shine some light on the situation and hopefully open their eyes.
So I want to get your thoughts in closing, too. We don't have a lot of time, but what was that one kind of example that stood out? Do you have a story that you can share from this season? Or for instance, Neve, do you have one of those that really you're always going to remember and take with you, one of those scenarios?
Do we have a...
I mean, from this season, the DNA test, I think, was the biggest, most emotional episode that's aired so far. Just because, that's the first time there's ever been a DNA test on the show, the first time we ever kind of really needed one. In this situation, a long-lost sister came into question, and we had to kind of do that definitive test to figure out, are they related, are they not? And obviously there's a 50-50 chance with anything, so just always looking for the best result.
And, actually this coming week, this Wednesday night, is a new episode, and it's a friend who wrote in because they were worried that their friend was getting catfished. And what's so interesting about this episode is that, yes, the situation they were in and the relationship they were having did need to be addressed, but it was really just symptomatic of much bigger issues. And that's, I think, what makes the show continue to be a success, is that we all make decisions in our lives that, maybe if we look back on, we would have done differently. But in the moment, with all the things you have going on and all the feelings and insecurities and confusion in your life, sometimes even in the moment, it's really hard to know what's the right thing to do. And so we, try to help people start new paths where they're making better decisions for themselves and their happiness.
Well, again, you touched on the fact that it airs Wednesdays. Of course, you can catch Catfish Wednesday nights, 8 o'clock, MTV. So great to chat with the both of you. We appreciate your time and look forward to seeing this new season.
Thank you.